And we had an idea. Somebody just gave him a pressure washing machine. And I said, we can go get the crackheads. I said, you go work offshore, I'm gonna run the business. He working offshore, he's sending money, and you pick up the crackheads and they know how to work the machine, you just drop them off at the place.
They gonna work all day.
And they working.
What's going on, good people? It is Israel, right?
Chance Alexander with Real Business Talk TV.
And we're about to get into the business, the personal, and everything in between with our girl Jaz.
Of all trades.
Yes.
I mean, she do it all perfect and well. Let's go.
Oh my God, that's a repost.
Yeah.
You got so many reposts though. I look up to you, you don't even be knowing.
Yeah, it's all good.
He's like my silent mentor. Like for real, I appreciate being here. Like I really appreciate, and I appreciate you too. But I really appreciate you. Like I really look up to you.
That's what's up, man. Let's keep going. We're trying to inspire, you know.
Okay.
And I think that's a big reason why we're doing this is just
So
because
get other people involved and, you know, letting them know, like, you know, we're going to get into like your personal life and your business life. So we would like you to tell us, how did you get started in business?
How did I get started in business? Well, I have to go all the way back to when I wasn't officially in business, but I was prepping for business.
Okay.
Which starts with every gift to me. So when I was young, I was always taking Kool-Aid and dyeing my doll's hair with Kool-Aid, trying to make shoes with plaster, but hiding it so I don't get in trouble. Then it stuck to the floor. My grandmother like, I can't get this off. Trying to cut up with stencils and patch this on your jeans and put diamonds on your jeans. So I was always working in my craft and in my gifts.
Gotcha.
And then once I realized I could get paid for it, now I'm charging prices.
What type of prices was you charging?
At 12 years old, I wanted $60 to do your relaxing your hair.
That's
okay.
Yeah,
because guess what?
Good.
So you were
my polo was $60.
That's all.
My Jabot jeans was $70, so I was charging according to what I wanted to buy.
You had some Jabot jeans on with the big
with
price?
the animal berries. Y'all just start wearing berries. Y'all think it's so luxurious to wear berries. We was children wearing berries. That's
where you from, New Orleans?
Yeah, they had the Ballet Boys in New Orleans. Shout out Ballet Boys that put all us on Ballets, polos, and Jabots. And if you was from the downtown area, you wore G-Nights. If you was from uptown,
what's G-Nights? Explain G-Nights again.
Y'all call them
White and white Air Force Ones.
Air Force Ones. And uptown people, where they've been from, they wore Soldiers, which is Reeboks.
Yeah, the Reeboks.
So what I did was I charged people based on what I wanted to buy. And it was offended. It was like, this little girl gonna charge me $60 to get relaxed. So that's what they charged me in the shop. But I got the same thing. I'm learning from the girls in the shop.
So you doing this at like your parents' house, your mom's house?
In my grandmother's kitchen.
Okay. What kind of relaxer you was using back then?
What was on? Dudley.
Dudley. Okay.
See, y'all was doing that just for me stuff.
Just for me.
And I was on the stuff that the professional was on, so I felt like my prices was
should be equal. Okay.
You used to do the men too. You remember when the men was rocking like the S curls and stuff? You was doing that?
I used to put finger waves in the men's hair and everything. Make my grandfather look like Nat King Cole.
My stepdaddy used to have a finger wave.
Tie it down and then he show up for church on Sunday trying to look better than a preacher because he thinks the preacher got my grandmother attention.
Yeah.
Give me the finger waves. He ain't got finger waves in that pulpit giving all my money to that preacher.
I love it.
Cut.
So no, that's good. So you went from that to what was the next venture that?
So I did a lot of
that's 12. So we gonna say, how long did you do that? Like the next venture, you went from 12.
It was always hair and clothing or music. I was writing, singing background. I was doing stuff like that. I was always trying to get in somebody's talent show. So yeah, it was always something around fashion or styling.
Who would you say instilled like that confidence in you to be able to, you know, go from like the music and actually be able to talk as a woman from the South to go in there and like talk? I know like people like get that wrong with the South people. Like I'm from the South. Most South people, we have like big confidence. I know I've heard New York people be like, you know, we not
they think we country,
but we have confidence. So
we still enslaved.
So who would you say put that in you? Like your grandma,
I would say
your mom?
my great-grandmother, my mom, mostly the women in my family. We come from strong women, independent women, but submissive women that knew their roles in the home, even on the work field. Like, we really had strong influence in our family. But my great-grandmother, she had something to prove because with her daughter, which is my grandmother, I remember hearing a story that Mahalia Jackson people sent for her to sing in the clubs at like 12, 13 years old, like they did with Michael.
Wow.
And she said no because she was so holy and religious, she thought that was going to taint her daughter.
So y'all was a big Michael Jackson fan in your house?
No, not
so
really.
You was more so in the church.
Church, okay.
Yeah.
So for me, when I came along, I was the first grandchild. So I started a whole nother generation.
Right.
And when she raised me, she meant that she was not going to stop me from doing anything.
Anything that you want to do.
Because she felt like she had failed her child.
Gotcha.
When she seen how she could have been using her gifts to sing and stuff. So she put me in everything and kept telling me to go, go, go. Anything I wanted to do, that gift was nurtured.
So
and
extracurricular activities, what kind was they back then? Like, what was you doing?
Dancing.
Okay.
Where everybody was dancing. Or even when you was in school at lunchtime, you're gonna find me beating on the wall outside and calling somebody in a freestyle. And you next, and then you got the dancers right here. So that's
you
the
was
culture.
like that, okay.
Correct.
That's what we did.
So you was always pretty much like, you just went in business, but you was in business. You was always like,
I was always.
You was curating all the,
In a group of them, I still was leading. I still was the one saying, you should sell it, you should this and that. They be like, girl, no, what? And I'm thinking business-wise. And I was always criticized from my mom. You keep giving ideas away. They're not always for me. I can't do everything. As much as people think I can do everything.
That's a major key right there.
And now I think I've given so much away that now I'm so offended I don't want to do nothing when I shouldn't have never gave it away. Some things I should have sold. Y'all paying, I got friends that's paying people for branding ideas when I've given you free ideas. And when you decided I got money to pay for marketing and branding, you didn't come back to me and say, I'm gonna put this in your hands.
So you feel like people should come back, each one teach one, basically?
I think in certain situations, I think some people, once they show you who they are, they can keep moving.
Right.
They came and got what they need and they wasn't supposed to stay. But I think the ones that you feel like should reciprocate what was given, I think they owe that to you. I'm like, I be walking around here in my feelings sometimes. I have to check it because I was like, well, God ain't even told me.
Because you're an artist, you know, most artists are sensitive
about their shit.
How you mad because he told you to give that away? I'm mad because how dare you put out a check for them? And you walk around with my identity. But those that steals the identity, they get, let me tell y'all something. If you don't have your own identity, you're gonna be frustrated because you're gonna keep going back to start. Because you're doing something you ain't got no business doing, so you can't finish it.
And then, you know, we Sagittarius, so we come up with a lot of ideas, so we give away
we dream that stuff will keep us up all night. There's that fire in us. And we jump out the window. So they call us optimistic because we jump out the window with it. But here's the thing, you cap yourself off because you thought you got everything you needed from me. I'm still in the room with people. So cap yourself off. Take that and run with it.
You ain't get no sleep at night, basically.
Take it and run with it. Now that you thought you took from me and I linked up with this one, I ain't even with them people no more. But go and cap yourself off for it. Because I still sit in rooms. I'm still in the room with you. They don't even know you. They don't even know the light that I see in you. They don't even know what you got going on. They never seen y'all before.
It's a whole nother.
All of the people that came up with me, that's going on with the people that I removed myself from.
They stuck at that level.
They swear to God they didn't cap it off and wrote you off. And I'm still in the room with King.
There you go.
Hey, so let's recap the conversation. So you went from doing relaxers, and then you were selling the jeans, making your own clothes, and then you was buying clothes. You was buying Jabot jeans and polos, and you was wearing G-Nights because that's what they wear where you from, right?
Yep, G-Nights, Valleys, all of that.
Okay. So then your next business. Tell us about your next business venture.
My next business venture. What did I do next? I had a pressure washing company at 20 with my ex-boyfriend because he was about his money too. And we had an idea. Somebody just gave him a pressure washing machine. And I said, we can go get the crackheads. I said, you go work offshore and I'm gonna run the business. He working offshore, he's sending money, and you pick up the crackheads and they know how to work the machine. You just drop them off at the
They gonna work all day.
That was a business.
How much you would say you was making a day doing that?
Oh Lord. I can't even remember.
I know pressure washing. I
was 19. I'm 45 now.
So you pretty much making enough money that you couldn't even count it to where it's just coming
I wouldn't say that, but I can say I was making money.
You was making good money.
Because again,
but you would drive the truck.
I would drive the truck, pick people up. It was his truck, and you know that's my boyfriend. He going off to do all show
do his
stuff.
thing,
And he had a machine And I said, let's get the crackheads and they can do that. I'm still doing hair.
Yeah.
I'm in the shop now.
So you hustle double time. That's why they call you a jazz of all
right.
trades.
Yeah.
So while you over there and we got this machine, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put somebody to do this and that.
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
So you was delegating tasks.
So did you get that business legitimized? Did you get the LLC, EIN?
Yeah.
So you was just accepting all cash back then? Or?
We was taking cash. Oh, well, you know, they would write checks, depending on what neighborhood you went in and stuff like that.
And what year you would say that was?
I was 19, so yeah.
1990?
1990. No. That's
15
like,
years ago.
yeah, 15 years ago.
Okay, 15 years ago. So that was like 2000.
Wrong, but
Hey, I done smoked a lot of stuff in my past. Just charge it to that. I'm on lemon and honey today.
So almost 20 years ago.
Activate. Holy Spirit activate.
Holy water.
Let me stop.
Ranch
So
Star.
Hello. Excuse me. Can I get another drink, please?
So yeah, that was something we did then, and people around me didn't even know we had that business.
How long you did that?
We did that for we were together for 5 years. We did that for like a year.
So how do you manage? Like you was doing hair and doing that business. So if people want to do like multiple businesses, what's your tip you would give to people?
I placed somebody to do it. I wasn't gonna pressure wash nothing.
Right.
I placed somebody to do it. I found a way to book. I created flyers and stuck it in people's mailbox till they start posting that you can't solicit here and stuff like that. I go in the gas stations and talk to them and try to book like that. And then you grab the crackheads, which didn't last long because crackheads don't want to work forever.
Yeah, I want to get their money.
You gotta go get fined in the next week.
So what you say you had to trust people to run this business?
Yeah, to trust people to run it. Like I'm a pointer.
Yeah.
I've pointed people
in the right
for a
position.
long time.
Yeah.
So I did that. My next business was catering when I moved to Augusta after Katrina.
And what kind of food you cook?
Everything but mostly New Orleans cuisine.
What the hell?
So you decided eating that?
Everything.
Or that was too in the box for you. You was like, you want to do something outside of what
would
people
be like,
expected.
make me gumbo, make me jambalaya, and I'd be like, I know how to do
other stuff.
everything else.
So what was the transition? I know, like, I remember when a lot of people from New Orleans moved down here from Katrina. So how was it transitioning from New Orleans to Augusta? Tell us about that transition.
You know, Augusta. I want to call y'all Disgusta so bad, but I offended everybody that fooled with me and gave me money out there. But Disgusta, I'm so disrespectful.
Jeez.
I was out there and it was a major transition. First of all, I'm coming from something traumatic.
Yeah.
That most people don't take as trauma. It's trauma.
Right.
We lost everything, but you gain too. For those that know who they are, it don't matter where you at. You have to learn
gonna be yourself.
that you're gonna be all right.
Drop me anywhere in this earth that I triple my word.
So after Katrina, see, the thing is, I went to Myrtle Beach first.
You lemons, you make lemonade, right?
I went to Myrtle Beach first. And in Myrtle Beach, I was like, this is a retirement place. I'm a block from the beach. I'm depressed.
Yeah.
So I found
So talk about your depression. You depressed, so a business owner that's depressed because you've been getting money since you were 12 or 13.
I was depressed.
So how do you get out of that as a business owner? Like, because there's a lot of business owners that are depressed.
Yeah, you have to tap deeper into who you are.
Okay.
I had got to a point in depression where this was back then. I was depressed because of Katrina.
Yeah.
Feeling like I lost everything.
Yeah.
Shaved my eyebrows off, didn't even want to paint them back on.
Damn.
Didn't know where I was going when I seen it was nothing to go back to.
Got it.
So then I moved from Myrtle Beach to Augusta, and Augusta was lacking. So when you're in a impoverished place, you find out what they need. And if you provide education, then they have room to grow and come out of it. If you're around people that don't have knowledge to get those things that you have, then you give it to them. So I took young people under my wing.
I think that's important, especially for smaller markets, because a lot of small market people feel like they can't like do it. Like they look at like, oh, I'm from a small town, I'm from a small city, so I can't really like win on a big scale.
Right.
But thank you. But I feel like, you know,
Thank you.
like you said, if there's a niche or there's a need for something in a small city, small market,
You gotta give it back.
You gotta figure out a way to provide value so that people can learn, they can grow, and they can implement the information.
So I poured into the youth.
There you go.
The young people, I poured into them. But for the most part, to answer your question, how I got out of it, I had a great support system growing up.
So you would say
my grandmother is instilling in me, you're this, you're that, you're a princess. Once you take a husband, you become a queen. You're this, you're that. So, you know, I was saying when you find yourself in them places, if you don't have the right people around you pouring into you, telling you, no, this is temporary. This is
So
who you are.
number one of your rules is you need support when you're going through depression.
You need support. You got to watch who's speaking into you and what you're speaking to yourself.
And what you're consuming, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
What you're speaking into yourself. Because I had to look in the mirror. I put affirmations on sticky notes, and I put them in the mirror where I didn't see myself no more. Because the way I see myself was like, man, you fake. You on social media. You got Gucci, this and this and that, and people don't even know you're struggling right now. You talking about what a nigga can't never do to you, and you dealing with a heartbreak right now.
Right.
So I covered the mirror with a bunch of affirmations, reminding me of who I am. And the strong I got, they came down. I posted on social media.
Yeah, no.
I posted on social media.
So
I
you
took the
posted-
affirmations down on social media, and I was like, I don't remember who I am. I don't need to read this.
I love that. I love that. That's really dope.
Dope ass story.
Yeah.
So
Like metaphorically, just all that. Like
So
it makes sense.
you got with Augusta. Then what was your next thing after you got done going through depression? What the next thing you did?
I moved. I went through a bad divorce. It wasn't really bad because I realized I wasn't married the whole 7 years.
Oh damn.
Wow.
It wasn't legal. So I got away scot-free.
So you was just in a
He couldn't get nothing
long-term
So
relationship.
you weren't
It was a long-term relationship.
Well, it was consummated.
So you
So the
weren't married. So
situationship,
explain
okay.
that what you had to do.
You
The
was
marriage
an
license and you
entanglement.
never.
I didn't do the marriage license because I was warned by one of his kids and said, my mama said, you know, he finally got with somebody that got something, so she got to come for you because he's behind the child support.
wow.
So I didn't
Okay.
take his last name.
Child support. Woo.
I didn't take his last name. I say, if you clear up your child support, I'll take your name.
Yeah.
But
Right,
in
'cause you was
7
gonna-
years, he didn't.
You was gonna be on child support.
It was unfair to me and my kids or what I worked with.
Right.
I worked for. So moving forward, when I went to get a divorce, they couldn't fight in the system because at that time, common law marriage wasn't instilled
Wasn't
anymore.
there.
It was going away. So I didn't have to do anything. We could just walk away.
Wow.
So that's what happened. And I moved, and
Where did you move to? You
I
went to
moved back
Augusta?
home.
You went back to New Orleans.
That was the only way I can get out of it.
So how
I
was
went
New
back
Orleans
home.
when you went back after Katrina?
I didn't go to New Orleans. I went to New Iberia, which is 2 hours from New Orleans.
Okay.
And it was horrible because that's like dirt road country. This is like cousins sleeping with cousins.
Dang.
It's that kind of
Is it
country.
close to like Homer?
Homer,
Yeah.
Lafayette.
I ain't been there. I used to own property in Homer. And it
When was
terrible.
this?
Like 2009.
And man was owning property and y'all had to get a PPP to get y'all started.
Yeah, you know.
They call y'all pandemic girls. The pandemic people.
Yeah, so.
They got their bands after the pandemic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had went to New Iberia and to just get away from everything, get my kids situated. And then I went to Baton Rouge and I lived there for like a year and a half, took care of my grandmother. I was going back and forth from Louisiana to Augusta twice a month just to keep doing my client's hair.
Yeah.
What kind of client? The
I was
catering?
doing hair.
Hair?
I was in a salon.
So you
never stopped doing hair.
You
I never stopped.
So
I
hair
don't
is
blame
one of your gifts.
I
You
never
don't say-
stopped one thing to do the other. I've
So
always
you would just
maintained them
think-
all. If I'm not booked for hair right now, that's because I'm booked for catering. If I got a catering gig, then I don't have nobody on the books. I did my schedule according to what I have to do on certain days.
That's dope. No, that's how I am too. With my education, I do some clients, I do education, I sell products, I do. That's just, but it all kind of goes into the same thing. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and so people used to say, master
You're
one
doing
thing.
a lot. Yeah. You're doing a lot.
I
I'm
say
like,
focus
no.
on you, not the many, my principle, but I want to see how you master doing multiple things. Because I do multiple things now, but I got to a different level of money. I'm like saying in the beginning.
Yeah.
I used to always try to do multiple things and then I would fail.
Yeah.
Like I had tow trucks, body shop, restaurant. And I'm trying to run from the body shop to the restaurant.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do that. So it was kind of hard for me to do that.
Yeah, I just told him I would base my calendar on what I have to do. If somebody booked me to do makeup for a wedding, then I can't cater your wedding because I got to do your whole bridal party. If I just was catering, then I can do hair on a different day. So I look at the calendar, and if you're trying to book me for this,
So you would say
to do hair,
you're a real organized person.
I was organizing my calendar.
Yeah, because I have an
according to
assistant
how
that
I'm
kind of
booked.
organized my
Hold
calendar.
on, you said in your calendar. So, what were you not organized in?
Delegating.
Delegate.
I would say that I needed help and be mad that I don't have no help, but when help was around, I wasn't honest in saying that I didn't trust them to actually do what they could do.
Got it.
Gotta trust people.
Because I would put a task for you to do, and you have do it or don't do it.
And then you
that's
follow
my
up
fault
behind,
because I
yeah.
didn't see what you was good
And
at.
you would say a
Gotcha.
tip for people is
But
to
that's my
trust
fault.
trust people.
No, you can't trust them if you're throwing them in there to support you in an area that they're not equipped to do. So that's my fault because I didn't cultivate the gift in you. I just pointed you to do something and left you to do it. Now I'm mad.
So they need to find their strength.
Because it's not done.
You got to identify their strength.
The leader has to help identify
their strength to put them in the best possible position to win.
Because they'll lie to you just to be a part.
Facts.
People be like, I got you, I can do it, and then they can't perform.
Correct.
I used to jump on Google and look at recipes, and I used to lie for masters. Masters would come to Augusta, and we would book these mansion parties, and I used to lie and say, I know how to do beef Wellington. And I know I didn't.
But you learned how to do it.
I would say, oh, we can do that.
But everybody not like you though.
And I'll study, and I'll present it before you. I would lie and tell you I can do that thing. That faking it till you make it.
That's real.
That's real. I put that on the notes too. So you think that's a real principle of business or like life?
Do you what you say? Y'all I did don't mean that I still believe in it.
But you say until you make it, or you would just say you had confidence in yourself to do that.
That gotta be it. Because sometimes faking it can present a false narrative, and then you disappointed because you ain't lived up to what you said. Now all of a sudden you feel embarrassed. Well, who you got to prove anything to besides yourself?
You know us as black people, like we started already behind. So now we gonna get on Google, we gonna learn the different obstacles, and then we gonna do it. You did it.
Yeah.
You ain't never had, they ain't tell you couldn't cook it, did they?
They ain't tell me it didn't taste like this or that, you know.
They loved it.
They loved it. And I was like, ooh, this is my first time doing this.
So you would say
some stuff I wasn't even licensed to do because I'll jump out there doing it and make money and be like, I'm not going to school and I'm already getting paid this type of money.
I understand.
When I went to hair school, they counted down the minutes that I was sitting in school. Because she kept saying, if you come to school, you can graduate. I said, why would I come to school and I work in a salon? And then y'all pull me out the class to do styles that I don't get paid for. I get a tip every now and then.
So you saying,
so I say hair was school. I'm gonna do hair over here. She was like, just come today and I'm gonna count you down.
I know how to go.
She had to force me to come out, but I'm the person laying down, washing my own hair. And all the girls in school offended. They was like, she don't even let the students wash her hair. I want to do everything. I thought I could do everything. And I realized I couldn't. It got stressful. It got tiresome. I felt like I was giving, and I was being depleted because nobody was pouring back into me. Nobody was saying, hey, I see your idea, let me help you.
So you would say in business, you need a business partner.
I need a business partner, everything.
Strong business.
I needed guidance.
I won't do business, me personally, without having a business partner.
It's better.
It's too much.
I needed guidance.
Needed a mentorship.
I've never had that besides, like I said, the women or the men in my ear and family saying, man, you got it,
and then what you say they not in business, they just telling you how they would run a business, or they in business?
No, they're just in my ear encouraging me to do
because they see you doing your thing.
And they're so proud. And when you got people on your shoulder saying they're proud and cheering you on, you can't stop. But nobody's saying, I see you doing all this. You need structure. You need this and that. Because eventually showed up for me. So as I'm being jazz of all trades, telling people, don't tell me to stay on one thing. Where I'm from, we jump out the window, we do it all. Behind the scenes, I'm suffering with class. I ain't letting you see this business here. It's just sitting. I'm gonna keep posting, but I don't have nothing to pour into this business because I put my money over here. And let's not talk about the friends who show up, who all of a sudden they got a vision, and now I'm pouring into them. I'm buying stuff for them that they didn't ask me to buy. I got bills. I got 4 kids.
You got kids, and you're a single mom.
I'm a single mom.
Making it happen.
So I'm posting. When all the while, I don't have no lashes to mail y'all.
Correct.
So now I'm gonna lie and tell you it's stuck overseas. But what you do is pay me for the hair that you want, pay me for this and that.
And that's
I'm gonna take that money and I'm gonna buy it. No, I'm gonna buy the product. You think the product can stop, and it's not. I'm making you buy it. I said, now you gotta give me a deposit because if you pay a deposit, it's for you once it get here. It was never on the way until you paid me, and then I bought it. So that's guerrilla hustling.
There you go, guerrilla.
I'm guerrilla hustling now. I'm making it look good.
But that's a part of business.
It really
is. As long as you deliver on
time.
Or deliver on what you said.
Big companies can do it all the time.
It might be a little behind, but shit, they gonna get it. They gonna get it. It's gonna come.
What the song said, when they do it.
It's cool when they do it.
It's a problem when I do it.
Fuck them.
When I do it, I'm fake. I'm fraud.
Exactly.
It's the Atlanta way though.
It really is.
Don't just say
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Hey, Atlanta got away.
All over the world.
All over the world.
I ain't gonna do them that.
Don't do
that. Ooh, y'all heard that rise up? Where my people at? Y'all heard that rise up on me?
No.
You know, they already know that.
No, that's good. That's really good for I think entrepreneurs to understand. Like, it's first of all, it's okay to be struggling. It's okay. I'm not saying do it forever, but you gonna struggle. The shit ain't gonna be
It's okay
easy.
to try. Like
Yeah.
she told y'all that she tried. She got a recipe off Google and she presented it to them, and them folks paid her.
Facts.
They never knew the difference.
Yeah.
And that's why I always charge what I believe I was worth.
Correct.
And don't come to me about a discount.
Yeah.
See, people that don't genuinely support and they always looking for a discount, that's the worst people to have around you.
Yeah.
Let me automatically want to do something like that, because if not, now you taking from my business. So into, there's been places I haven't showed up to, but I paid just to sow into it. I got a whole ticket sitting in my email, and I know I'm not going. But that's just me supporting. Then I'll shop it around and see
I will
who
say
can.
that because everything I done did, you done supported me. I can give
Even
you
if
a
I don't show
flower.
up, and if I can't
They got a way
support,
to
then
do it,
I can send it to somebody else.
Send your little cash up. Hey man, I can't be
Or I
that
can
person,
post it
but
to somebody else.
repost
and
it,
be like,
something.
hey, this brand, I think you should check that out. I don't have no money to buy nothing, but I'm sending it to people you don't even know.
So what do you think is more important? Money or relationships?
Relationships, definitely. Relationships get you a lot of places.
Yeah.
I done been with my account on restriction, let's say that. Not empty.
Yeah.
I'm talking about all
Frozen,
the money there,
yeah.
just sitting there and didn't have a dime. But because of relationships, people came and say, I'm gonna hold your hands up because I know what you about. I done seen you do it.
Yeah.
And I done had friends and people that I just met that only knew me for like 2 weeks, pay my bills for 2-3 months until that account was released.
Wow.
That's the type of people that's around you in relationship. Not because y'all get money
And to
together.
speak to your character too.
And never got money
Character is everything.
with them people.
Yeah.
They don't know if I'm even
But you know,
playing or
in
lying.
business, sometimes it's energy.
Yeah.
You can feel that person's
energy.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you love that person's energy, you
Not
gonna do it.
geeked up and stuff.
Yeah.
When I first got out here, I worked on a lot of sets,
I bet.
behind the scenes and stuff. You know, they used to try to pay me with hanging at the after party, hanging in the section. And I used to be sitting there anxious, like, man, who I gotta send my invoice for? Like, how we end up here? I wanna go home. But then I was like, go in the building and be connected and rub shoulders.
Yeah.
That matters more. I did my due diligence. When I first got out here, I wasn't charging hardly nothing. I was in some celebrity homes doing makeup and stuff. And when I realized I sent the invoice, and now you don't want to book me no more, you want to grab the girl from health school that's geeked up to
That's
be
gonna
your
do it for
presence.
free? Yeah.
Now I realize I done all of that already. If our relationship and me coming here for free this much can't make you want to pay me what I'm really
whatever
doing,
my rate is,
that relationship is done. Now it's not even about the money.
Cool.
You can send me the money today or tomorrow, but I still don't want food with you because you played with me. When I really needed it, you ain't send it to me. Now you trying to book me?
Yeah.
What my grandmother said, when somebody owe you money, you don't chase it down. When they come back, that's when you remind them.
There you go. Fact.
Even if you're gonna give it to them again, but you're gonna hear what I gotta say.
Yeah.
So relationship is everything to me.
Yeah.
So we got this last final question. We gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
Well, we gonna go into another question. What do you do now? Tell the people what you do now.
Oh wow! I'll tell y'all this. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I own a couple of companies, but actively right now, I'm gonna go into what I own because they'll be coming back. I have the Face Forever brand.
Okay.
I have Strip Her Luxury
Hold on.
Lashes.
Go to what the first one is. What is
Face Forever Beauty is all things makeup, all things beauty enhancements, brows, teeth whitening, all of those things, lashes.
You perform these services?
Yes, the services.
Gotcha.
I did.
And you on call?
Your teeth is nice now. Them things shining now. Shining like a diamond.
Go.
Thank you. So I have the Strip Her Lash company, which was birthed out during Corona. I started a business during Corona because nobody was getting their lashes done. So I ordered strip lashes. And I boxed them up, did the bath to clean them and stuff, and I sold them because they wasn't coming
Where
in.
you buying them from, if you don't mind me asking? Like,
I would never tell it.
Okay.
They gotta pay me for
Yeah.
that. Y'all know they selling vendors these days, so if you want my vendor, you're gonna have to buy it.
There you go.
So I got lash vending machines.
Yeah.
I have to place those. So I have businesses that I started that I realized I'm not in position right now to nurture them. I have currently Royal Culture Snowballs.
Okay.
I still cater, but I
Where
cater
is it
certain
at?
events. It's in Austell, but we go everywhere.
Okay.
It's mobile. So I have catering and Royal Culture
You told me you was
Snowballs.
doing that for your kids, right? That was kind
I
of
bought that company for my kids.
That's
I
what's
was
up.
never supposed to work that company. I wanted them to see you don't have to have a job for the summer. This is your job. Get on this trailer, and get your own money. I want to raise entrepreneurs. Don't punch no clock during the summer when you're out of school.
Right.
In some kind of way, I'm working it.
Okay.
So we're hiring for Royal Culture next year because my kids are going off to college and they're going and I got a company if y'all need jobs.
There you go.
And I have a new company I just started 2 months ago, and that's my transportation black car service, Encore Exclusive Inc.
Nice. I love that.
So that's what I'm doing right now.
They say you're a serial entrepreneur.
Serial,
I love
serial.
that. There's a lot of people that feel like they are, and it's good to just kind of get the.
And let's be clear, you don't work a 9 to 5 at all. You work for yourself all day.
I don't, and I'm a licensed nurse. I could, but I was miserable when I was there. But 2 more things. I have the podcast that we're doing. That's a baby that we're birthing out. The Den podcast. Shout out to my co-host, KT and QB.
Okay, KT QB.
And I also have a lifestyle brand that we're working on.
Dope.
Surrounding the cigar lifestyle.
You grinding.
The cigar lifestyle. Y'all stay tuned
it.
for the cigar lifestyle we're gonna bring to y'all. But
And all you have to do is be right once.
That's it.
You know, that's the biggest thing.
No,
in
you tell me
business.
you got to be right half the time.
Yeah.
You got to be all the way right.
Yeah.
You can be kind of right.
It could be that one thing.
That's it.
That one
That's it.
thing.
And she's
That's it.
trying it. She don't work no job. She's doing it.
Yeah, but we're gonna eliminate try. That's something I was told to take out my vocabulary.
Yeah, I don't like try either, but I'm saying
We're
a lot
doing
of
Putting
people,
more effort towards
We're
doing
doing
different
it.
things.
a lot of
doing it.
people don't even try.
Yeah.
So
Don't
they
even try.
don't take a step forward.
Yeah.
And then another question, and the final question I got for you, give me a tip if I was a new entrepreneur and I never been in business, what would you tell the people?
Study. Like, I don't care how much you think you got it. If you don't study the business that you're tapping into, and if there's a need for it, first of all, and making sure you're set apart. Just work on your craft all the time. Study.
Yeah.
Get everything legitimized. Don't talk while you're in the process of it, because I done sat at many tables not knowing that there was a contract that you could put there to stop them from stealing your ideas. I see y'all see some of these hair labels out there. I done sat with them and asked them to be the face of my brand, and because they had the money, they ran with it. Some of your favorite girls.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, with the
Oh, damn.
I said what I said. The packaging and everything. I sat at the table with their team. So be quiet. Everybody don't believe in your gift. Everybody ain't here to sow into your gift. Be quiet. And when you come out, man, I don't care who not behind you. Don't stop. Hit the ground. Focus on you first. Because I done nurtured everybody else and left my businesses lacking.
So you would say be selfish.
Be selfish.
There we go.
Focus on yourself. Study what you need to study and always evolve in your craft. Don't think that you can just cap that off.
Right.
There's another trend coming out. There's another thing coming out. Study ahead of time before it even gets here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be innovative. Don't just cap yourself off. People used to study New York and California for ideas.
Right.
Because that's where they feel like it's going to go there first, then come down to the South.
Yeah.
You know who I studied? The UK. Because that's where they got it from.
There we go.
So when y'all was doing, y'all just started doing brows, the semi-permanent brows, the UK was doing it, New York started doing it, and Cali was doing it, then it got here. I was already signed up for the class online.
That's good.
That's it. That's
But
it. That was
there's
a good
somebody
point.
you can go
I was
above.
gonna say that was a good way to end
If
it.
somebody can go above, there's apps now. You can have your own app, your own station. So why conform to this when you can start something? You can be innovative. If Corona didn't teach y'all nothing about being innovative, so many entrepreneurs popped up. And everybody want to say because they got the PPP money. So what?
Right.
You didn't went to the bank to get a loan?
Right.
I don't care what. I had money before PPP, let's be clear.
Yeah.
But if you don't take that and put it into yourself, then what you
What
gonna
are you
do?
doing?
What's wrong with that? You didn't run go get Gucci.
Right.
You put it into something. She ain't have that business until she got that money from
So
the government.
what?
But look what she did with
Exactly,
the money
and
from
she
the
made it
government.
work.
So shut up. We're
Yeah.
not built the same.
Yeah.
It's not for you to understand how I'm built.
Yeah. It's about what are you willing
That
to
hate
do with
pop
it.
up. That
Yeah.
hate pop up
Oh, yeah.
when you're set apart from someone.
For sure.
If you got your own identity, you can walk with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can walk to the ends with me.
Yeah.
But every now and then, because God protects me, He gonna let you fall off. You gonna fall off some kind of way. He gonna let me see you, first of
for
all.
who you really are.
Because my heart won't let you fall off. I keep being like, man, don't let me see this, Lord. Lord, I caught what she said. Then you get your phone calls. Did you hear? And she's hating. I'm like, don't do that, don't do that. And eventually he just have to do it for me. Because my heart be like, I'm gonna keep you around, but I know how to move with you now. I'm a mover. I will roll to the end with you and still move away. You won't even know I'm fool with you.
Yeah.
So now,
That's strong,
now
huh?
you're not invited to go with me. Other people that I hooked you up with invite you to come around me.
Right.
And I'm sitting here and you're starving because you don't have an identity. So you don't have no new ideas. You don't know what's going on, but you're around me and you can't get nothing out of my mouth. Because this here is valuable. Because I know I speak life into people. I'm not perfect, but I know I've always sown. I can go to bed at night knowing that I haven't done no shady business with anyone. Haven't hated on anyone. So now you got to be invited to come around me.
There we go.
So thank you guys for tuning in to Real Business Talk
That was
TV.
so off the subject.
I love it. I love it.
That was a run over.
Let's go.